Hey guys, welcome in. If you guys are new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We are not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them and I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take only the parts that resonate and leave the rest behind. If you would like to book a personal more line with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. You can go straight to my website, EnlightenedAuntie.com, to book a session with me. My books are always open. I am currently running a special on live sessions for 111.11. Normally they run 155. The special runs until the end of November. You can pay now, book out later into the future if you want. If you're not ready to get a reading with me immediately, that's always an option. This is the third time that I've tried to start recording, and I'm not going to read these cards, but I will tell you the story that came out. I've been heavily distracted each time I got to like the 20-minute mark. Something happened and completely took me off course of what I was doing. First, it was the dog. It was just a whole bunch of stuff happening, and I'm going to take it as a sign that somebody does not want me telling this aspect of the story. Okay. So I'm going to, instead of reading it from the cards, I'm just going to tell you really quick what I saw, and then I'm going to just dive into some other cards and we'll talk about something else. So I had a couple, and it looked like a karmic couple. Husband and wife, potentially. There may have been a child produced in the relationship, but there was some revelation that the relationship between them was kind of, I want to say, fraudulent, because there wasn't any real love between them. The masculine's object of affection was someone he was not partnered with. He had a partner, has a partner, but the person that they like long for is someone else. And there has been an ending between the masculine and the object of their affection. He's making his way towards the object of his affection and away from the woman that he's with. The woman that he's with is trying to maintain the control or trying to hold on, mostly because she's trying to maintain her status as his wife. So she may find there may be perks, whatever those are, to being his spouse. Okay. And what she was trying to do was she was trying to hide the fact, because I also believe that the woman that he's married to, or the woman he was with, is aware of the person that his eye is on. So if he is in love with another woman, the woman that he's with knows about the other woman, knows about who she is, what she looks like, and all that. Like she knows all about her. And what she was trying to do was she was trying to cloak either her own energy, her own actual energetic signature, or she was trying to prevent her masculine from being able to see the woman of the object of his affection, from being able to see her clearly. What she was trying to do is trying to like maybe prevent him from seeing the object of his desire in such a positive light, because by seeing her in the positive light, he could also see that the woman that he was with was definitely not of that light. And so she was trying to avoid the implosion of her marriage or whatever. There may have been a child that was produced out of that relationship. He may have chosen to stay out of obligation, despite the fact that he didn't really feel the same way about this woman. But she kind of postured herself as being very loving, being like a loving, nurturing person, and she wasn't really. Okay. He wants to make his return. He wants to salvage the relationship with the object of his affection. However, whatever damage has already been done, like, there is no salvaging that relationship. So that was basically the nuts and bolts of that particular story. I'm not going back into the cards again unless it shows back up in my cards. I was after starting and stopping, and then getting distracted and having things, I'm not doing that again. I'm not. So I'm going to shuffle a new deck and we're going to go into a whole new storyline. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about now. I'm going to change up the spread too. Let's see. Let's get into it. Okay. I think I've moved into a different timeline or a different story, because now I'm talking about a new beginning, or it kind of feels like going into, like, there's a couple here that may be going into a new cycle. This is completely different from the reading that I was just doing. It feels like, yeah, it definitely feels like there's a couple here. And again, soulmates don't necessarily have to be of a romantic nature, but there's definitely some type of partnership here and a new beginning, a new cycle being established where there is peace, there is grounded. It's like, it feels like a very grounded energy as you're coming into this new cycle. Now, in the recent past, there may have been some things that were done unfairly in between you. There could have just been some, I heard power play. There could have been something that was going on in the background that created some kind of a disadvantage that you may not have been aware of. Okay. So the environment. Oh, wait. I like. Oh. Ooh. Okay, well, that shifted. That shifted. Okay. Well, truth be told, this kind of feels like the other side of the reading that I just did. Remember when I said, like, he wants to come towards the object of his affection, but the person that he is, kind of got his eye on, she no longer feels the same because that ship has sailed. Okay. Now, what's interesting is that I feel as though somebody wants to come towards you, collective. They're a little bit apprehensive to tell you what's really on their heart. I feel as though this person may feel very, very alone. Whatever they're going through, they may feel that they're going through it alone. Okay. But I think that this person thinks that their happiness their happiness is in your hands. They do believe that you are their person. However, they're not necessarily ready or in a position to be able to come to you to tell you the truth. I think that was another thing, because there were like delays. Like the masculine wanted to move away from the woman that he's with, but there were all these roadblocks and delays to him trying to get to you. So there could be some distance, or may have to be some travel involved. I do feel as though this person may have been trying to manifest you back into their lives, but because that's not happening, they're not very happy. Okay. What's in the background? Okay. Yeah, this is kind of like a 2.0 to the reading that I did, or the reading that I was trying to do. So what it looks like is it feels kind of like the discovery that what he's dealing with, like he kind of, this energy feels as though they recognize maybe who you are, or they may recognize the fact that you are, oh Jesus, where is this going? They may recognize that you are the key. They think that you are the key to their happiness. Okay. But they're anxious about having to tell you the truth. And they feel as though everything that is happening right now to them is being orchestrated by God. They're not ready, though, to come and tell you the truth for whatever reason. They're not ready. I do see where they may be questioning like the purpose of, or their intentions, or they're being guided to really consider the intentions behind wanting to come and tell you the truth. And I want to say part of the reason why they may feel very alone is largely due to the fact that they haven't actually done the work that's necessary. They're either unable to do it, unwilling to do it, or just haven't done it. Either the work on themselves or work on trying to repair the damage, is what I heard. Repair the damage to whatever the relationship is with you, collective. Okay. Again, put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because part of their worries, it almost feels as though part of the worry, I said they're not doing any actual work in order to like get themselves out of the position that they're in, and part of their worries and concerns is the amount of work that they would have to put in order to find themselves, in order to recalibrate, reestablish their equilibrium. Part of the blockage here is that it almost feels like okay, part of their blockage, because what I heard, the way I heard it was they thought they had more time. Well, it sounded more like in the first person. I thought I had more time. Okay, so this person thought they may have had more time to maybe correct the situation, but time is like running out. There could also be this anxiousness around that, like running out of time. There's a certain anxiousness. They may also feel as though there's unfinished business between you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So let's go back to the beginning. I feel like there is the potential here to establish a new beginning. I kind of feel like that, and I'm glad that this is in the upright, but it's almost as if somebody here wants to reconnect and reestablish the peace that may have been between you. Okay. But what I'm getting is there could have been like a false start, like you started and then you stopped, but you started. I want to say the reason why if you walked away from this situation, it was because this person didn't actually put in any work to, do the groundwork to create the foundation of the relationship, and that's why you've got unfinished business here, or they may feel as though there's unfinished business between you. The thing is that yeah, they were worried about the amount of work. Okay, so say if you, collective divine feminine, I want to specifically, I feel like I'm talking to divine feminine, if you had specific requirements, I'm choosing my words carefully because that's the way that I'm hearing it. It's like you had specific requirements of what you expect when you're dealing with other people. This person may not have wanted to put in that amount of work, or that they didn't want to commit that level of work into the relationship. And I think they may be in a position now where they're starting to see, especially if you've been apart from this person for, any length of time, they're kind of seeing the orchestration. It's like for every action, there's a reaction. I did this, you did that as a response. So I think that's what this person may be now kind of looking at. And now they're kind of going into a panic because, like I said, you've already, collective, divine feminine, you've already left the building. So now they're kind of like, oh shit. In order for me to recover this situation, there is actually a whole lot that I would have to do in order to gain favor again in divine feminine's eyes. Yes. Okay. Oh, wow. So, what they need to release. They need to release the concept and idea that they may get a second opportunity in the present day. Like, they got to stay very present. I feel like this person is also kind of lamenting over the past situations. And I think that they're, like I said, they're now getting an opportunity. They get to see, or they're now understanding, based on everything that has transpired between you, they may have a better understanding of why they're not getting a second chance. Like I said, they had an opportunity, and there was a specific amount of time that they could have been dealing with, that they may have had a small window to come in and correct things, but they didn't take advantage of that time when they had it, and now that time is gone. So they may not get this second chance. Yeah, and the lesson, listen, the lesson and all of that was for them part of their lesson was that they should have taken the time. I didn't even need these cards because I'm like, that was part of the lesson. They should have taken advantage of the time when they had it. Literally, they did nothing. Time for a nap. They did nothing. And so part of the reason why they don't get a second chance is why? Because they didn't do nothing in the first place. So you mean to tell me you think your arrogance makes you think that you're going to get a second chance to waste my time? Hell no. Hell no. Yep. Divine Feminine is not waiting around for that. Their best course of action is to start thinking about the things that, like, kind of like, what, okay, now what? Now what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because in order for things to come into alignment the way that you wanted them, that means you would have had to take specific action steps. And this person ain't even thought about what they could possibly do. This is some lazy arrogance, because it kind of gives me the sense of somebody who, it's almost like, okay, the example that I'm getting, it's almost as if it's like somebody doing you dirty, right? Oh, I won't even say dirty. Like, they just wasted your time. Whoever this person was, they wasted your time. And it's arrogance to think that it's arrogance for them to think that they could have some kind of miraculous revelation that, oh shit, I really fucked up and this is where I'm supposed to be. To think that they could just show back up and they're going to be well received with open arms. That's arrogance. I'm sorry. Masculine. Karmic. Sorry. That's arrogance. Maybe you should have made better decisions and you should have thought some shit out before you decided to take a leap of faith and jump towards something else that was going to be all, loosey-goosey the way you wanted it. Anything worth having you don't come by it easy. Just saying. Take that how it resonates. Yeah, so now they're, that's crazy. Child. I said it's funny because even in the last reading, I remember one of the last things I said before I turned the video off when I stopped recording. But it's kind of like this person may feel like if they're in a position right now and they're not very happy, it almost feels as though they think coming to you to have a new start would almost like it would make them happy. Like you would, like you're, okay, how should I communicate this? It's almost as if they feel like you have the capability to help them heal their heart or whatever. Except here's my problem. I'm always going to tell you. I kind of feel like if in the past you may have turned to this person for some type of support, and I don't mean monetary support, I mean like emotional support. I kind of feel like this person may have turned you away. This person may have turned you away. You may have gone to this person. You may have stepped out on a limb. This ain't for everybody, but somebody here. You may have stepped out on a limb and turned to somebody for some emotional support, and this person turned you away. So again, like I said, I think it's arrogance, excuse me, for them to want to come through and think, okay, well, I dogged you out and wasted your time. Well, ta-da, I'm back. Welcome me back with open arms. Sorry. Yeah. It's almost as if they can't even fathom the idea that you would turn them away. Like I said, that's arrogance. Yeah, and here, like I said, look, chop wood in the reverse with mending. Like, they want to come and fix this, right? But they, even back then, even if because this is a recent past, even if they wanted to fix it, they still weren't putting in the effort or taking the time to do what they needed to do. Yeah, shit. They're hoping things don't change, but this is done, and that's why they're not happy. Oh, wow. Yeah, things are not lining up. Mm-mm. Things are not lining up. And I said they're worried about the fact that they may have run out of time. And I think that they just took too much time. And that's why things aren't they're not ready to tell you the truth. Opportunity may not have presented themselves. I also think too that they may not have, I don't know. I kind of get the energy here of them not really, because it's again with truth be told and why. The why card definitely talks about the intentions behind doing something. So they may be asking themselves, kicking themselves, why didn't I tell the truth sooner? Why wasn't I honest before? And this person definitely thought that they had more time. They thought that they had time. Child, time was not on their side. Mm-mm. Mm. See, here's the thing. Collective, I feel like, and I think I may have talked about this before, when I say, like, in the other times when I've used the Kipper and I'm like, collective, you were the gift. You've always been the gift. I feel like God put you in this person's life. I don't know who I'm talking about here. This literally could be anybody. But God put you in this person's life because you were exactly what they were looking for. They may have even, it's almost like, say, someone manifested you into their life, but they weren't ready for you at the time that you came. So it's like right person, wrong time kind of situation, right? So God gave them exactly what they were looking for, and then they didn't do anything with it. Literally, they didn't do anything with it. It's almost like, you know, when I talk about the analogy of, like, you know, when you wish upon the star, like the wish is granted, but sometimes what you get it doesn't appear to you the way that it is in your mind's eye. So you may act in haste and reject the very thing that was, you know, that you asked for, because it didn't present itself in the way that you imagined it in your head. And that's kind of what this looks like. It appears that this person wanted something very specific for themselves. They wanted their soulmate. Their soulmate came, but because it's almost like the soulmate shows up and they go, nah, not that one. You know what I mean? It's literally like you were literally the reflection of who they are or who they were at the time of their manifestation, but they didn't do anything to cultivate the relationship. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. God sent somebody to them with a loyal heart. That's what they wanted. But instead of actually doing, like, literally, God sent them this person. And because they didn't believe it, they chose to dismiss it and not do anything. Now it's almost like, what am I seeing? It's kind of like, almost like confetti blowing in the wind. Like, that's the way I'm seeing it. It's just like these little particles. They're just kind of flying into the wind. It's like somebody squandering the very thing that they prayed for. This person prayed for someone just for them, and God sent it. And they said, no, not that. What? Crazy. You know, it's nuts. They're worried about all the work that they would have to do in order to be a part of the collective's life. And they honestly don't want to put in I said they don't want to do the work, because they're literally young in the reverse and orphaned in the upright. It's almost like they don't want to have to put in the amount of work that they need to. And they're kind of just, it's almost like an acceptance of, I'm always going to just be by myself. I'm going to end up alone because I'm too chicken shit to actually put in the effort that is necessary to cultivate the kind of relationship that I want. Wow. Wow. And now they feel like it's unfair that they're not getting a second opportunity. But here's the thing, baby, you ran out of time. You didn't do what you were supposed to in the amount of time that you were given. You had an opportunity and a very narrow window to work with, and you still chose to do nothing. So if you feel like it's, you know, you're being treated unfairly, or you think it's unkind and unfair that you have to go through this and that you don't get a second chance, baby, that's on you. That was the one big key component that I saw with the reading that I did with the tarot cards, because I saw all of this energy. But again, I always say, regardless of what the intentions are, I never actually see somebody taking accountability for what they've done or not done. I just saw a whole bunch of hurt feelings. Who gives a shit about your hurt feelings? Oh, yeah. And so, like I said, they're, they, part of what, like I said, part of what they need to release is the idea that they're going to get a second chance. They have to accept that this is what it is. Like, they made their choices. They made their choices. They acted accordingly. Now they have to learn how to accept that this is their reality. Whatever the reality they're living in, that's the reality that they got. And part of the lesson of this whole thing is they chose, it kind of feels like they chose purposely not to take action to build the foundation for your relationship, right? They chose the wrong way. They chose to do what they wanted to do. They didn't want to they felt like, I don't want to conform. I want to do what I want to do. Well, you did what you wanted to do, and now you got to deal with the consequences of what you've done or not done. How is that anybody else's fault but yours? That's my issue here, because I'm definitely seeing, yeah, look, up here at the top, poised in the reverse with truth be told, poised in the reverse with truth be told, that flipped out. They're not ready to tell the truth. They're not ready to be honest with you. So if they're not ready to be honest and come clean, like, you get what you get and don't have a fit. And now they feel look, now they got to watch from a distance as you move on with your life. And it's really interesting here, because I even feel like this person after the fact is starting to recognize, like, they were seeing things from a very skewed perspective. And this person never, ever in a million years. You know, it's interesting. This could have been somebody that you got along with very, very well. Like I said, this person may have manifested you. They may have wished for you. And when you showed up, instead of them, like I said, you arrived, but you didn't come packaged the way that they anticipated it to. And so you just began to just be you. There was no issues between you. You knew exactly what you were dealing with. You saw through the facade. If this person wore a mask, you saw what was underneath that mask, and you were okay with it. You were okay with it. But this person had nothing. This person just was like, I want to say they became very anxious. Maybe the amount of love, or the amount of energy, like the loving energy, because I can kind of feel it bubbling up. The amount of energy that you may have poured onto this person, it made them nervous again, because they weren't able to, either didn't know how. I'm not making excuses for this person, because I could say, like, maybe they didn't know how to give the same way. And collective, there may have been times where I feel like you may have held on for a while. You may have held on for a while to this person before you finally just released it and let it go. You may have also recognized that, there may have been, some unfinished business between you, the cycle. You may not have gotten like the kind of closure that you were looking for. So you might have kind of hung out in the background and tried to wait for the closure, but eventually you found closure on your own. Yeah, God saw to it. You found closure on your own, because you recognize that you were kind of living in this perpetual cycle. So in order for you to get out of it, you just had to walk away. Yeah. 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 You had to walk away. Okay. And what deck? I'm like, I got all these decks in front of me. Let's use this one. like I said, Divine Feminine, I am talking to Divine Feminine. You made up your mind about this situation. I think, like I said, you've elected to just start over elsewhere. That's so wild. So, collective, you may not have been aware at the time that this person could have been part of the reason why they weren't able to do, or they weren't doing the work, or the work to build or foster the foundation with you, is because they could have been giving to other people. I also feel as though this person wanted to win at all costs. So it's like, I keep hearing the word harem. I heard it twice. So like, this person could have had like a whole string of broads, and he thought he was getting over. And this is literally somebody, it almost feels as though he wasn't very content with what he had. So he felt like he had to go out and spread it around because he was looking for excitement. Um, Thinking that he would always be able to kind of come back towards you and be in your good graces. Like, especially if you go way back with this person, it's almost like they felt like they could just come back and everything would be cool. But like I said, they didn't ran out of time. They didn't realize that whatever distance had been created between you, that the window of opportunity was very, very narrow, very, very narrow. They squandered that time. I think I said this a couple of days ago. I said, if you reject this person, or you turn them away or whatever, um, they might not go away so willingly. Okay? They might not go away so willingly, mostly because like it's has something to do with the amount of time that you've known this person. Collective, I see you being very, very protective of yourself. You're in, I think, like I said in yesterday's reading, you're just really focused on your coins. You're not focusing on anything else. You're focusing on your stability and your happiness, long-term trajectory into the future. You're not worried about any of this stuff. This is not on your, I don't even, it may not even be on your radar, to be perfectly honest. You're so focused on what you're doing, you ain't worried about nobody else. Yeah, it's almost like this person, I said, they were wishing upon a star. They felt like it was just a matter of time that things would kind of come into alignment. But here's the thing. Now they want to, it's kind of like now they want to step in, but it's too late. So now they're feeling the burden. Mhm. They're feeling the burden. They also feel as though they could definitely be out here alone. Um, Somebody here could, like, their financial situation may have changed. Um, but it's almost like they didn't take the opportunity to build and foster the foundation, so they don't get another. Like I said, they don't get another opportunity. So you may have somebody here watching. Yeah, I said they did not take any action. They were too nervous. They were nervous. Definitely scared of the unknown. They were very, very nervous. And so they are kind of like reaping what they sowed, because they chose not to do any work, and they didn't They didn't take the time. They didn't invest the energy. So part of the return on their investment is literally nothing. They didn't give. They didn't give anything. So why on earth would Divine Feminine make themselves available, open and available for this person to come in and just waste their time again? Why would she do that? She's not going to do that. Yep. And part of their fears is they're worried. They're worried that that like if this person that they were dealing with, this, I'm going to just assume we're talking about Divine Feminine and a karmic masculine, okay? If this masculine energy was juggling people, third party, married to somebody else or whatever, they're worried that that's also going to come out as well. It's almost like they don't, you know what it is? It almost feels like, it's really weird energy. It feels as though this masculine is worried about how he is perceived by this Divine Feminine. Baby, it's too late for that. It don't even matter at this point, does it? Yeah. Because literally, they're mad. How are you going to be mad about that? How this person is mad because, like I said, they think it's unfair that they're not getting a second chance. Here's the thing. If you don't have any fond memories of the time that you had with them, why would you give them a second chance? This person's nuts. Yeah, and if this person's got plans for the future, baby, you need to give it up because that's not it. You're not getting a second chance. You're not getting a second chance, especially if, here's the other thing too. If this person was waiting, I honestly want to say, I think I've said in other readings, I think this person may have also been waiting for you, collective, to come back. So like if you walked away and you just went on with your life or whatever, this person may have arrogantly waited for you to come back. Think, especially if that was a cycle, like if that was a habit or a cycle that you guys have been in for a while. Like I said, there would, somebody feels like they don't have closure, or there's a lack of, there's a lack of closure here, or there's unfinished business, or somebody feels like there's unfinished business between you. This person may have literally been waiting for you to come back, or for you to reach out to them, or for you to take the initiative. We ain't doing that. So instead, this person's just upset because they don't think it's fair. They're not getting a second chance. Yeah, part of the lesson here, if they ain't listen to their intuition, because I feel like even spirit may have been trying to guide somebody or show somebody like, hey, like this is like, yo, this is your person right here. Like, what are you doing? You wish for them. Here they are. Like, what are you doing? And because they made the choices that they made, part of the lesson is losing the opportunity. You don't get it again. You don't get it again. You told secrets and lies and decided to move the way you wanted to move. You fucked off the opportunity. Sorry, boo. Best course of action is for them to move on. They need to learn how to love themselves. They need to learn how to love themselves. They need to focus on that. Two, their best course of action is to literally kind of walk away from what they thought was going to be their 10 of cups. Lucky making noise. That's confirmation. They got to give that up. They got to get that up. All right. Where are we time-wise? Do one more pass. There may be no communication between you right now. Somebody's gone silent. Yeah. Somebody here, they're okay. So I feel like they're kind of, it's funny because I feel like this person may have gotten to a point where they're a little bit stressed out about, um, it's almost like I said, somebody thought they had more time. They couldn't make up their mind what they wanted to do. They thought they had more time. And now they want to come rushing in because they don't like being on the outside. They don't like the feeling of being abandoned. But again, like I think this person also like there's also this energy like it's like this person thought that they could run around with other people. I am getting third party energy, so this person may have been entertaining a bunch of people. Um and I think that's part of the reason why like and again, subconsciously you might have even known that a little bit, collective. But again, like I said, you saw behind the mask. So even behind the mask that they wear, um you accepted them for who they are. But this person, like, they wore their mask so tough, they turned it into their whole persona, and they didn't have to do that with you, but they chose to. Child, their pride got in the way. And now they are definitely watching you. They may have been like, if you, like I said, if you've got, I've said before, if you've got some type of public platform, they could be, watching your social media, digging into the comments, looking to see who's talking to you or whatever. They want a new cycle with you, but this person made really bad choices. They made really, really bad choices. They failed to take the lead on this situation, and now they're having to deal with the fallout. They don't like it. hmm Now they're trying to avoid a permanent ending here. But here's my thing. I keep seeing it, even it doesn't matter how many cards I lay out. The biggest component here that I have is that they did not do any of the work to build the foundation, to build or foster the foundation of your relationship. Even though they would like victory and success with you, I still don't see any action being taken towards trying to establish the foundation. Yeah, so you decided to move on. You decided to move on because this person was very selfish with their energy. Mm-mm. And now you collective, now you're protecting yourself from them. Because you don't want to do over. You don't want to go back and do, you don't want to second around, 5 or 6 of whatever it is you've already experienced with them. Yeah. Child, unrequited love. That's part of their concern. They're worried that you don't have the same feelings for them anymore. And part of the blockage for them is their lack of forward movement. They've been largely very unfaithful or at least uncommitted to you or the connection. They need to tell the truth. And if they got a plan to try to come back in for some type of reconciliation, they need to get that up too. Yeah. And the lesson of it all, justice. It's karma. This is what it is. Damn. So especially if this person, when you were dealing with them, if they were in like a toxic energy, wow. Wow. Let me tell you. This person is learning a very, very valuable lesson. So if this person that you were dealing with was in and out of your life, if they were in player energy all the time, I'm trying to figure out a way to frame this so that, because what I don't want the divine feminine, and I don't think that you do. I don't feel like you hold it against this man. And maybe you do. Maybe you hold it against them because they wasted your time. That's perfectly valid, okay? But I think part of what this person is learning is that the it's kind of like they wished upon the star, right? The wish was granted. God gave them you, presented you and said, "Here, I'm going to give you exactly what you asked for," right? But because well, I don't know what you look like, I don't know your appearance, what you do for a living, any of that. But however you present yourself was not what this person had in mind in terms of like what his mind's eye imagined his perfect partner to look like, okay? Whatever. Okay? And the very thing that this person wanted or desired, which is like stability and love and dedication and all that stuff, literally was found in you. But they couldn't see that. Because I kind of get the energy now, while they may have had there may have been a lot of passion between you, and there may have been a lot of, I think that this person also very much lived in a very lusty kind of energy. And it feels as though this person is now having a revelation, or like they're kind of seeing a pattern in their life of all the decisions that they've made. And especially if they chose to pursue things because of like lust, this devil energy, this very lusty energy, they're recognizing all of the damage that making those decisions, like they're recognizing the damage that it's done because they didn't really like it's like God gave them the gift and they were bored with the gift that God gave them. It wasn't as exciting as what they thought it would be. Stability isn't always exciting, but it's stable. It's a standard. It's very, it can be very fluid, but it's very sturdy. This person didn't want to actually do the work to build the foundation. So what they got instead was a life filled with drama, and that's not what they wanted. So what they're learning right now is they're learning, and what kind of part of the best course of action for this person is to take all of that energy and put it into themselves. This person has learned a very, very, very valuable lesson in connecting with people and why. Okay. All right. Let's grab some index cards. Abandoned ship. Ooh, they know you don't need them. There's a foster child or someone here was in foster care. The month of April may be of significance. Could be dealing with an Aries or a Taurus. Someone is healing or is in need of healing. Someone lies on the kids to them or about them. Someone is misogynistic or displays those tendencies. Someone says sorry, not sorry. Someone says I'm scared. Somebody's ulterior motives are being revealed. Everything is backfiring. Someone is suffering from bad health. Someone says, I'll do it all over again. We have a frenemy that low-key hates you. There could be a stepchild here. You could be a stepchild. The month of March may be of significance. Could be dealing with a Pisces or an Aries. Someone here may be going through a spiritual awakening. Archangel Gabriel is out here for clear communication and expression in your throat chakra. There's unconditional love out here. Somebody exhibits abusive patterns. Someone here may have been trying to affect your sacral chakra, or somebody's sacral chakra could be compromised. Somebody could be dealing with like a low libido, a lack of sexual vitality. There could be some stolen money here. Someone is no longer afraid. Siblings may be significant. Somebody left you for dead. Someone has zero authenticity. Someone's acting like a victim. Somebody has sex without love. Stepsister could be involved. Neighbors could be involved. Damn. Let's get 5 more cards. Someone's a false mentor, gives bad advice on purpose. Someone says, I don't know how you do it. Someone's been warned to stop. Scorpio could be of significance. And somebody wanted you to be homeless and alone. Bottom of the deck is Sagittarius. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonated for you or give you clarity over your situation or confirmation, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get this in front of the eyes that need to see it the most. Again, if you'd like to book a personal, more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. Go straight to my website, EnlightenedAuntie.com, to book a session with me. My books are always open. Thank you guys so much for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations. Super thanks. Thank you, Captain Reid, for sending your tribe over here to visit me and hang out over here on my side. I appreciate everybody that comes through here, whether you subscribe or not, stick around and watch the whole video or not, any little bit of time that you've given here with me, I appreciate all of it, and I appreciate you. Take care until next time.